In the depths of our bones lies a code older than time itself. Some call it destiny. Others call it a curse. I call it a choice. They say our DNA carries memories, but what if it carries something more? What if the shadows that haunt us aren't really ours to bear? Today, we're going to perform some ancestral alchemy. But first, let me tell you a story that will send chills down your spine. 3 generations of women in my family married the same type of man. 3 generations ended up alone by 40. 3 generations struggled with the same unexplainable fear of success, until one day they found an ancient journal that changed everything. Now, I'm about to share with you the 7 most powerful steps to break free from these generational patterns. What you're about to learn isn't just another self-help technique, it's ancient wisdom merged with quantum science. And it's about to change everything you thought you knew about your family's destiny. Let's begin with the first step, the shadow dance. Imagine standing before a mirror, but instead of seeing just your reflection, you see the echoes of every generation that came before you. That slight tilt of your head when you're worried. That's your grandmother's gesture. The way you hold your breath when you're scared. That's your mother's pattern. These aren't just habits, they're messages encoded in your very being. I want you to try something powerful right now. Stand before your mirror when you finish watching this video. Look deeply into your own eyes. Place photos of your family members behind you if you can. Watch how your expressions shift and change. Notice how your face carries the stories of those who came before you. This isn't just an exercise, it's the beginning of your liberation. Now we're entering the ancestral time machine. This is where things get really interesting. You see, scientists have discovered that trauma can actually be passed down through our DNA. But here's the beautiful truth they're just beginning to understand: healing can be passed down too. Take a moment to imagine your family tree, but instead of seeing it as a static image, see it as a living, breathing entity. Every branch is a story. Every leaf is a choice. Every root is a pattern that's been growing for generations. What we're about to do is replant this entire tree. I want you to create a sacred space in your home. It doesn't need to be large, just a small corner where you can connect with your ancestral wisdom. Light a candle for each generation you know about. As each flame flickers, let it illuminate the patterns that have been haunting your bloodline. Write them down, not with judgment, but with understanding. This brings us to our third step, the quantum collapse. Now, this is where modern physics meets ancient wisdom, and it's absolutely mind-blowing. Everything you've ever been told about being stuck with your family's patterns is about to be turned on its head. You see, quantum physics has shown us that reality isn't fixed, it's a sea of possibilities until we observe it. The same applies to these generational patterns. Every time you become aware of a pattern, you're literally changing its quantum state. You're collapsing old probabilities and creating new ones. Let me tell you about Sarah, one of my students. She came to me convinced that financial struggle was her family's destiny. 4 generations of brilliant women, all living paycheck to paycheck. But when she understood this quantum principle, everything shifted. She realized that by observing this pattern differently, she could literally change its trajectory. Here's what we did, and I want you to do this too. Take a piece of paper, yes, actual paper, not your phone, and write down every financial belief you've inherited. Listen to the voices in your head about money. Whose voice is it really? Your father's, your grandmother's. Now, here's where the magic happens. Take that paper to a body of water, even a bowl will do if that's what you have. As you place it in the water, watch the words dissolve. This isn't just symbolic, you're physically representing the dissolution of these quantum patterns. As the paper dissolves, speak these words. What was fixed is now fluid. What was destiny is now a choice. And now we enter the alchemical transmutation, and this is where things get really powerful. The ancient alchemists weren't just trying to turn lead into gold, they understood something profound about transformation that modern science is just beginning to grasp. In your sacred space, gather objects that represent your family's challenges. But here's the crucial part for each challenge. You need to find its hidden gift. Because every curse, every struggle carries within it a seed of power. That anxiety you inherited, it's actually heightened intuition in disguise. That anger, it's a passion waiting to be channeled. Let me share something personal here. In my family, we carried a deep pattern of self-sacrifice, especially among the women. Generation after generation of mothers who gave up their dreams for others. When I began this work, I realized this pattern wasn't just about sacrifice. It was about immense love and dedication. The transformation wasn't about rejecting this legacy of love, but about channeling it differently. This brings us to our fifth step, the neural forest. And this is where modern neuroscience gives us something incredibly powerful. Your brain isn't just creating new pathways, it's literally growing a new garden of possibilities. Every time you respond differently to an old trigger, you're not just making a choice, you're physically altering your brain structure. You're growing new neural pathways that will serve not just you, but generations to come. Think about that for a moment. Your healing isn't just personal, it's creating a new blueprint for your entire bloodline. Here's what I want you to do daily. When you feel an old pattern emerging, maybe it's that familiar anxiety, that knee-jerk reaction to conflict, that self-doubt that feels as old as time, pause. Take 3 deep breaths. In that pause, you're literally giving your brain time to forge a new path. You're becoming a quantum architect of your family's future. As we move into our 6th step, the timeline weaver, I want you to understand something profound. Time isn't as linear as we think. When you heal a pattern, you're not just changing your future, you're sending ripples of healing backward through your ancestral line. This is where we become conscious creators of our family's story. Take out your journal, this is crucial, and begin to write. But don't write about the past. Write about the future as if it's happening now. I am the one who transformed our family's relationship with love. I am the one who brought abundance where there was lack. I am the one who turned fear into power. Write until you feel it in your bones. Write until tears flow if they need to. Write until you can see this new reality as clearly as you see your own reflection. Because in this writing, you're not just dreaming, you're literally coding new possibilities into your DNA. And now we arrive at our final step, the Phoenix Prophecy. This is where everything we've done culminates in something extraordinary. You see, in every family line, there comes a time when one person is called to rise. One person is chosen to transform the entire legacy. If you're watching this right now, that person is you. Think about all the souls in your lineage. You're the one who's here right now. You're the one who found this message. You're the one who's ready to rise from the ashes of old patterns and spread your wings of transformation. This is where we activate your family's dormant gifts. Every challenge your ancestors faced helped forge these gifts, like diamonds created under pressure. Their struggles weren't punishments, they were preparation for this moment, for you. And here's what I want you to do now. Stand up tall, wherever you are. Place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Feel the power of your ancestors flowing through you. Every challenge they faced, every tear they shed, every prayer they whispered, it was all leading to this moment. To you now, speak these words with Meg. Through my healing, all are healed. Through my rising, all rise. Through my transformation, generations are transformed. Remember, this isn't just about breaking free from curses. It's about fulfilling the deepest prayers of your ancestral line. It's about becoming the miracle your great-grandmother dared to dream of. It's about turning your family's story from one of survival to one of triumph. If this message has stirred something deep in you, if you can feel your ancestors moving through these words, drop a heart emoji in the comments. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this truth. Remember, when one person in a family heals, the healing ripples through the entire bloodline. And if you're ready to go even deeper with this work, I've created something special for you. The Ancestral Alchemy Guide. a sacred text that will walk you through each of these steps in even more detail. You'll find the link in the description below. Before you go, I want you to know something. The fact that you're here watching this right now is no accident. You were called to this moment. You were chosen for this transformation, and I believe in you with every fiber of my being. Until next time, remember, you're not just changing your life. You're healing your entire ancestral line, past, present, and future. You are the one they've been waiting for. Remember to like this video if it resonates with you, subscribe for more soul-deep transformational content, and hit that notification bell to join our tribe of ancestral alchemists.